life and listen to me. Take the information that he's about to give you seriously. Take the information that he's about to give you seriously. Okay, guys? This young gentleman is like a brother to me. He's not only a business partner, he's like a brother to me. You know, and I truly love him. I truly do. I know his mother, I know his daughter, and I know his family. And guys, I want you to really take this time. I want you to stand on your feet. Please stand on your feet and give it up to one of the phenomenal leaders on the planet in network marketing. My brother, my neighbor, my business partner, Mr. David.
Thank you, sir. Let's give it up for Clive Johnson.
Yeah, thank you.
How's everybody doing? Awesome. How about the rest of you guys? How are you guys doing? You guys all right? Well, let's give a big round of applause to the All Britons. All Britons? Yes, All Britons for we can do better than that. They allow us. When we pulled up, I was like, who live here? And what do they do? Right? But congratulations to them on the success they've had in business. And obviously when you see someone that has accomplished as much as they have accomplished and they decide to get involved in an opportunity like this, I think that should be a clue.
That's true.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
How many of you are guests? Raise your hand if you're a guest. This is your first time looking at this. All right. Do you think someone who has accomplished the level of success that they have accomplished, do you think they would understand how to evaluate opportunities?
Yes.
Is it safe to say they may be able to evaluate opportunities better than us?
Yes, sir.
Safe to say that?
Yes.
So if they would decide that this is something that they wanted to do, that would be a clear indicator. And for me, just another, I guess, confirmation that we are doing something pretty special here, okay? And Clive and Felicia, they're brand new chairmen in this company. Let's give them a round of applause for that. And, you know, when you see really what it is that we do, and obviously Clive did an amazing job talking about the products and the services that we offer, why would you want to do something like this? All right, I think that's the number one question you should ask. And when we saw this opportunity about 10 months ago, there was one question that came to my mind right away, and I'm going to ask you guys that same question, and this will let you know if this is for you or not, okay? How many of you are going to participate? Raise your hand if you're going to participate. Okay, say aye if you are. Aye. Raise your hand again if you're going to participate. Okay. How many of you are not going to raise your hand no matter what I ask you? Okay, all right. So in the last 10 years, all right, I want you to think about this now. In the last 10 years, the amount of money that has flowed through your bank account, how much money have you made on it? He said I was 9 years old. All right, so maybe 2 years for you. All right, but no, seriously, in the last 10 years, the amount of money, which could be hundreds of thousands or maybe even millions of dollars, that's gone through your account, how much money have you made on it? How many of you would agree that money is a seed? Raise your hand if you agree that money is a seed. Yep. All right? So that means that money should be what? Planted. It should be planted. And the reason why you would plant it is so that it can grow.
Yes.
So many people are focused on making more money, right? Every year we go into the new year with these resolutions. And one of the resolutions that we have is we want to make what? More money, right? But very few people are focused on multiplying what God has already given them. Does that make sense? Right. And you guys know the story, right? If I gave you 10 talents and you came back with the same 10 talents, I would take it from you and give it to someone else who would know what to do with those talents. Does that make sense? Yes. Because money has wings. How many of you know that? All right? And if you don't give money an instruction of where to go, it will leave your life. All right? Just think about this. In the last 10 years, with the amount of money that you've made, what if you took 10% of what you had earned in the last 10 years and invested it? how would life look like today? Would it look a little bit different, a little bit better?
Much better.
Much better, right? Well, 10 years is coming. All right, another 10 years is coming, and you're going to make more money in the next 10 years than you did in the last 10 years. Okay, you missed your amen on that one.
Amen. That's right.
You missed your clap on that one, okay? You're going to make more money. So what if you were able to take 1 year out of your life to learn how to take $1 and turn it into $5?
Right.
Would you look at $1 the same way? No. Okay. I've got some friends of mine that saw this opportunity at the very beginning. They actually live in Trinidad, and it's amazing what's happened over there. We have a young lady who literally she started with a $10 account. $10. She barely had the money to even get started in the business. She took a $10 account and she's grown that account to over $38,000 in 6 months. Now keep this in mind, she lives in Trinidad. So $1 over here is 6 times over there. So she's 38, it's probably more than that now because I got that testimony about a month ago. So it's probably more than that now, but 38,000 times 6 in her country. She doesn't work anymore. All she does is just trade now. All right? Because see, when you understand what it is that we have here, this is not predicated on your background. This is not predicated on your education. This is not predicated on your color, your gender. It's not biased to any of those things that corporate America or the world of business would be biased about. This is just a matter of you learning a skill. All right. We have a young man, James Rose. He's building the business as well. He's a Platinum 2000. So he makes $2,000 a month residually, sharing this opportunity with other people. But he trades as well. He started his account with $1,500. He's grown it to $160,000. Not Trinidad money, US dollars. Okay? A lady was brought into the business. She came in as a customer. She doesn't do presentations like this. She doesn't go to presentations. She started her account with less than $2,000. She's grown it a little over 6 months, $360,000. Doesn't talk to anybody about this business. Raise your hand if you don't like people. Raise your hand. Just be honest. Just be honest. This is perfect for you. In order to do what I do and what Clive does, you gotta like people, right? Because you gotta talk to them. You gotta do all this stuff, right? But trading, you don't have to talk to anybody. The biggest challenge we have right now in our business is people get involved, and they may say, okay, I'll tell a few people about it. But when they start making money trading, they're like, I don't want to tell nobody about this. Because they're like, well, why should I waste my time trying to convince you to multiply money when I can just go do it on my own? That's the biggest challenge we have right now as far as growing it. All right? And I've been in this industry of networking now for 13 years. Okay? So I've experienced both sides of the fence. I've experienced failure and I've experienced success as well. And I love network marketing, but there's certain aspects of it that I don't like. And one of them is the fact that 97% of the people that get involved in network marketing fail. Raise your hand if you've ever joined a network marketing company. I'm going to prove this to you right now. Raise your hand high if you've ever joined a network marketing company. Keep your hand up if you've made 6 figures. Only one. All right? So majority of the people that get involved in network marketing fail. We get involved because there's something inside of us that has this hope that maybe this could be the one, right? That's what happened tonight. Someone called you and said, hey, I know you failed in the 10 other things you did, but this one will be the one. And that may be true or it may not be true, right? But what I saw with this concept was even if a person did not want to build an organization, even if they didn't want to do presentations, even if they didn't want to call their friends, their family members, and try to convince them to buy this or buy that, they would still have the opportunity to create financial independence, developing a skill set of multiplying money within the largest financial market in the world. Does that make sense, guys?
Absolutely.
All right. So even if you didn't have the skill sets, or the people skills, or the leadership skills, anything like that, can you learn? Right? Can you do that? I want you to write this word down. Learn. Okay. Now it's interesting that in the word learn, you have earn. Whatever it is that you learn, you have the ability to earn in it. All right? You went to school, you learned to be a nurse, you can now earn as a nurse. All right? Miss Albritton, when you started your business, did you have to learn it first? You have to learn it, right? Did it happen overnight? No. It took some years, right? But you kept learning it, and now you earn quite a bit. How many of you can tell? I earn quite a bit. I mean, the whiteboard even feels differently. I was like, we need to take this whiteboard with us. Okay? So it's what happened for me as well. You know, my first 4.5 years in this industry, I was learning. I didn't really make a whole lot of money. I made less than $80,000 in 3 companies. But I kept working, kept developing, kept learning. And then by 27, I earned my first $1 million. And it happened like in less than 2 years. All right? So this is not something that we're thinking if it's going to work or not. There are people that are making $100 a day doing this. You know, $1,000 a week. People have had $3,000 days. You know, $5,000 days, $8,000 days. A good friend of mine, Clarence, he's had a $35,000 day trading. All right? So the next 10 years, you make more money than what you did the last 10 years. But you take 1 year to learn this skill. What would the other 9 years look like? Right? You're not going to look at money the same way. See, when most people, when they get money, what do they do with it? Spend it. Okay? Now look at this. Look at this. The last 3 letters. N. There's a secret in every word, okay? So when you spend, it's done. Right? It has no way of coming back to you. Does that make sense? Right? So money, not all of the money that you earn, that's not what you would reinvest or say. You got some necessities that you got to take care of, but there should be a percentage. Right? How many of you agree? There should be a percentage of what you earn that should go into some sort of investing. And we have a very simple investment strategy. We invest in what people use. Right? How many think that's a good strategy? Yes. Invest in what people use, right? How many of you have an Apple device? Raise your hand if you have an Apple device. Right? That's why we invested in Apple. Okay? How many use Google? Okay? That's why I invested in Google as well. Why? Because I know people use it. All right? So, do people use money?
Yes.
Only about 5.3 trillion a day. How many of you heard pastors talk about this wealth transfer? How many of you heard that, right? You go to church and go, there's a wealth transfer coming. I always used to wonder, where is this wealth transfer? Because it hasn't transferred. You know, where is this transferring taking place? And it happens on the Forex market. $5.3 trillion is literally being transferred from one country, right, every single day. And do you know who's taking advantage of it? The banks are. The banks are taking advantage of it. All right, so you put your money in the bank, all right, and they take your money and they put it in Forex. That money is not there. I want you guys to know that. If you didn't know that, I'm just going to be the one to tell you. That money that you put in there is not actually just sitting there stagnant. They're utilizing it to multiply money.
Exactly.
All right? And they just leave your digits there. They know you're not going to pull everything out. All right? So, at what point do you decide, hey, I'm going to do what the wealthy are doing? All right? Now, here's the deal. If you wanted to learn, it even wipes differently. If you wanted to learn the skill set, and you can go do your research on this. If you wanted to learn the skill set of multiplying money through Forex, the investment that you would make would be in the thousands of dollars. Okay? I've heard $5,000 for a weekend session, $10,000 for a weekend session. A friend of mine, him and his wife go to the same church, and we went out to dinner. And you know, he's one of those guys that has all his keys on one keychain. I don't know why he does that. Well, actually, I do know why he does that, because on that keychain there's a Rolls Royce, there's a Ferrari, it's like 5 luxurious cars. So I was like, okay, this is why he does this. He wants you to know what he's working with, I guess, right? But I asked him, I said, well, what else do you do? He's in the healthcare business. I said, what else do you do besides your healthcare business? He says, well, I actually trade Forex. And this is like when I first got involved in the business, because I was going to introduce it to him. And I said, well, how did you get involved in that? He said, I took a course. I said, how much was the course? He said, $120,000 for a year to learn how to multiply money. So once again, wealthy-minded people, this is what they're doing. All right? This is what they're doing to grow money. All right? I'm going to give you guys something real quick, then I'll go over the compensation plan. If you choose to, you can share this opportunity with other people and create leverage, right? Clive talked to you about the cash flow quadrant. Being a business owner gives you leverage, all right? OPE, other people's efforts. How many of you would like to make money on the efforts of other people? Okay? J. Paul Getty said it best. He said, I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts versus 100% of my own efforts. All right? So now you're not having to work, but money's still coming in. All right? 1,000 hours a day. How many of you would like to work 1,000 hours a day? Not necessarily you physically doing the work, but what if you had, 100 people that were working 10 hours a day, and that was contributing to your income? Would you have to worry about money as much as most people do? No, because your income is not completely dependent on you. All right? But let me give you this real quick. It's called What to Do with $1, okay? Whether you get involved in a business or not, I think if you learn this, it'll make a huge difference. Now, when I show it to you, the first thing that should happen is that it should piss you off. Okay? It should, and then you make a decision to do something different, okay? Now, first thing you do with $1 is you pay you. Pay who? Pay yourself. All right? And you're going to pay yourself, let's say, 10%. All right? So I'll just take a low number. If a person's making $1,000 a month, they should pay themselves at least $100. That $100 is for you. Whatever you want to do with it, you want to blow it, you can blow it. But once it's gone, it's gone. Does that make sense? You want to go to the movies, it comes out of that. You want to buy a pair of shoes, it comes out of that. I don't know what you're going to get for $100, but whatever it is, all right, it has to be within that 10%. Okay? That is, you pay you first. Second thing you do, tithe, charity. Okay, so tithes or charity or both, and that 10%. Second thing you do with money. Third, your living expenses. Now, your living expenses should not be any more than 25% of what you earn. So being like, oh, oops. Okay? If your living expenses are more than 25%, then you have two options. You either make some cuts, or you have to increase your income. How many of you say you have to increase your income? Just based on these first three things right here, right? You got to increase your income. 4, if you're a business owner, right, which everybody in here should be, you shouldn't just be working a job. You want to reinvest back into your business. Ms. Auburn, did you have to reinvest back into your business?
Yes.
Many, many times? Okay? Many, many times, right? This should be about 15%. Now, you don't reinvest everything you make back into your business. All right? If you do that, you won't have a business. You think you will, but you actually won't. Because you won't be motivated to grow it. Because you don't have anything left. Okay? 5, taxes. By the way, wealthy people do not get tax refunds. No, it's not that they don't need them. they don't get them. They don't get them. They don't think about it. They actually pay taxes. How many want to pay $1 million in taxes?
Right here.
If you didn't raise your hand, I'm going to say it again. How many of you would like to pay $1 million in taxes? All right. They're not waiting for April to get a tax refund check. So it's a different way of thinking. Right? A different way of thinking. So you put away 25% for taxes. All right? Now the sixth thing you do is you save and invest. You save and what? Save and invest. All right? Now this right here, it doesn't matter if the house is burning down. You do not touch it. 10, 20, 45, 60. What's this? 85? So let's say 15%. It really should be 15 to 20%. Okay? So it doesn't matter what happens. You can't touch that. The premise of this is that all your money is not your money. Does that make sense? All your money is not all your money. How many have this? How many have this? You got it? Some other wipe it. Okay? Now, how do we go about increasing? How many think life is all about options?
Right.
Right? It's all about options. So how do I go about increasing my cash flow? Because I need cash flow to be able to invest, right? So I can do it at my job. What you do, what's today? Friday? Okay, so Monday, you go into the office and you say, listen, I went to a seminar and I learned that I need to multiply money. You guys don't pay me enough. So what I was thinking was that you should give me a raise. How many of you like option A? They'll give you a raise, but it'll be like raise up out of my office. Okay? So that's off the table. Okay? You can start a traditional business. Whatever you're passionate about, start a traditional business. Anybody have a traditional business in here? Okay. Claude and Felicia, you guys have a traditional business. What was the investment to start your business? $40,000. Miss Albright, you have a traditional business. What was your investment? If you don't mind, what was your investment to start your business? $10,000. How long ago did you start it?
About 9 years ago.
Okay, so today, what would it be?
Probably
About
about 50,000.
50,000. So she did it early. That's why she was able to do it for 10,000,
And
right?
owned the houses at that time.
And you did what?
I already owned the houses.
You already owned the houses at that time, so you were able to. It was less. If you didn't own the house, then it would be more, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you can start a traditional business. Traditional businesses, I'm hearing, go from $10,000, $40,000, $50,000 to start. How many of you like that option? Okay. No, this is real stuff, right? A lot of people don't have 10 grand laying around to start a business. If they did have 10 grand, they're definitely not putting it into starting a business. All right? So what other options do we have? Oh, work overtime. No, that's not going to work either. Oh, get a second job. Like 2 wrongs make a right. All right? So when you look at network marketing, you really shouldn't look at it from a negative standpoint. Because you can actually start a business like this with little to no cost to start and grow it as big as you want to grow it. 13 years ago, my first investment in network marketing was $49. That was what I invested to start my business, $49. The company where I made millions of dollars, I invested $1,300 to start. In less than 2 years, I earned $1 million. And you can't even do that in traditional business. All right?